Hello and good morning to you. Thank you for streaming Atlanta News First Plus here with today's edition of Weather Where You Are. We certainly do have some weather to talk about. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here with a check of not only the nice conditions we have today, but also the rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder. We have the forecast tomorrow into early Saturday morning, both our first alert weather days. That's kind of the big deal. What we have going on is that we do have a storm system on the way. Will impact to North Georgia, Metro Atlanta as we get into about this time tomorrow. As will rain is when rain will really start to ramp up across Metro Atlanta and North Georgia. Now, as we get into the afternoon hours tomorrow, the evening hours of Friday, that is when rain will be its steadiest. That's when rain will be its most widespread, and certainly the time that you will need to be most in tune with the first alert forecast. Here across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta, really beyond. I mean, there are many millions, in fact, being impacted by this particular storm system. So just kind of in a roundabout way, telling you that we're going to be discussing an active weather pattern here. Just want to give folks a few more minutes to join in. So kind of slowly meandering my way towards the first alert forecast. Don't want anyone to miss out. And on that note, a reminder, we're streaming across many platforms right now, including AtlantaNewsFirst.com, the First Alert Weather app, Atlanta News First app. And if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, you can always reach out on YouTube. Atlanta News First is the account to like and to follow. And that is what we will be monitoring. That's the specific stream I'll be monitoring for questions as they come in. And I want to remind you, even if I do miss your question, you can always reach out to me after the fact on social media, X, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook. And you can shoot us an email, too, not just myself, but the entire First Alert Weather team. All right, talking forecast now. It's easy to see where the rain and thunderstorm activity is, even some severe weather happening at this moment across the upper Texas coast, moving to Louisiana. That is the same storm system that will be impacting North Georgia and Metro Atlanta as we get into tomorrow into early Saturday morning. Austin Vance with a comment on YouTube saying, hello, Austin Vance from Henry County. Today, the weather is going to be partly cloudy, yes. So we are not worried about rain today, Austin. Today's going to be nice. We will have, basically, I can see it outside the window here. You can't really tell that I'm getting that light in, but it's still mostly sunny, partly cloudy out there now. However, we do have more in the way of cloud cover building in as we get into this afternoon and this evening. So I think even by this afternoon, maybe 3, 4 p.m., we'll have a mostly cloudy sky. And by the time we get into this evening, it will cloud over Austin. It's going to be kind of a gloomier into the day, considering how bright and sunshiny the day began. But the actual rain, the thunderstorm activity still well to our west across the upper Texas coast, from Houston up to Shreveport over to New Orleans. But we are dry here in the city of Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, North Georgia, well ahead of the storm system. Again, today is going to be a nice day, maybe not as bright and sunshiny as it was earlier today by the time we get to the late afternoon hours. However, it won't be a bad day, and in addition to it remaining dry, it will be feeling pretty comfortable out there. Temperatures already in that comfortable range. We'll start with our mountain temperatures, community by community level. Again, this is weather where you are, and we're going to be tracking temperatures already back in the low to mid 60s across North Georgia. We're talking Blairsville at 60, 59 Hayesville, Clay County, North Carolina, 56 up in the Highlands, 66 on US 411. In Chattooga, University of North Georgia, the Dahlonega campus already up to 66 degrees as well. So warming across the board here, fairly mild into the morning, and it's going to be a mild and eventually warm afternoon ahead. This is a look at the temperature change. Kind of the big picture here over the past 24 hours. Atlanta, much of North Georgia, the entire metro at least, 12, so 10 to 15 degrees warmer now versus the same time yesterday. Basically, as this warming trend continues, as the air mass begins to change, of course, ahead of our next chance of showers and thunderstorms here across North Georgia and the metro. So still, Austin, here is a look outside. It's a little hazy. We have high or really extreme pollen levels today. We do have some wildfires, wild land fires burning in eastern Alabama, also up in the Smoky Mountains, western North Carolina. Some of that smoke may be mixed in just a little bit, but I think some of this haze is also pollen. And that is why it doesn't look quite as crystal clear and blue out there, just a little bit of a hazy blue up in the sky as we kind of round out the morning here at 11:38. So in the First Alert Weather app, again, this is a great tool to have. Speaking of weather where you are, you can get down to your neighborhood level, see what your temperature is, what it feels like, and be alerted to when rain arrives in your neighborhood, not just North Georgia, not the city in general, but down to your neighborhood level. Of course, today, Thursday, tomorrow, Friday, your plans will probably be taking you out and about to and fro across the metro, and that's where you can really get an idea of who is impacted and when. QR code, upper right-hand corner of the screen. You can scan that to get the First Alert Weather app, or just simply search Atlanta News First or First Alert Weather in your app or Google Play Store. Hour by hour, notice how we're in the upper 60s now, but by 1 p.m., getting close to 70, and by the middle of the afternoon, late afternoon, 4 or 5 p.m., about when we reach our high temperature this time of year, temperatures back in the mid-70s, 76 in Atlanta. Some will be in the upper 70s, and clouds thicken up, but we're dry through midnight. So any Thursday night, night owl plans, if you're going out on a date night tonight, or maybe you're working late at the office where you are dry through the evening, no matter where you're watching from the metro, no matter where you're streaming our forecast across North Georgia, cloudy, yes, but dry through the late evening plans. But enough sunshine before then to get temperatures warming up. Noonan 77 a high temperature. Rome is at 66. Athens the same. Gainesville 73, a little cooler up by Lake Lanier. And the city of Atlanta forecasting a high temperature also of 76. So, Austin, hopefully that answered your question. Again, it's a mostly sunny time out there now, gradually partly cloudy, and then mostly cloudy as we get into the afternoon, and I think becoming cloudy by 6 to 7 o'clock this evening. For your Thursday evening commute forecast, we're going to give you that green light. Whether you're commuting up into Gwinnett County, driving down to Henry County, Stockbridge area, maybe Monroe and Clayton County, Morrow, or if you're going to the southwest side, Noonan, no matter where you are commuting this afternoon, everything is looking pretty good. Increasing clouds, yes, but we will keep that forecast dry. That is until we get into our Friday. Friday is a First Alert Weather Day, kind of as we began this stream with. We start at 5 o'clock in the morning Friday, so the leftmost slot there, that 5 a.m., that is 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. 0% chance of rain. It's going to be a dry start. 10% chance of rain, 8 a.m. I think we're mostly dry, if not completely dry, through the duration of the morning commute. 11 a.m., 30% chance of rain, but notice from 11 a.m.'s 30% chance to 2 p.m., 70% chance of rain. It's really a late morning, early afternoon arrival of the widespread shower activity, kind of the soaking rain, the wet weather, and rain will remain widespread on through the afternoon. We could have a break or two. When I say a break, I mean maybe 45 minutes, an hour of just sprinkles versus a steady, moderate rain. That's about the only sort of break that we're forecasting tomorrow evening. Was looking like we could have a more substantial drying trend tomorrow evening initially. The more recent data is coming back in wetter. So Friday plans, no matter where you're watching from, whether it be weather where you are down in LaGrange or weather where you are up in Rabun County, even Clay County, North Carolina, it will be a wet Friday, hence the First Alert Weather Day. That evening commute probably a little slower than normal, thanks to a steady rain, puddles forming on the roads, everyone hitting the roads early on a Friday. It's a recipe for a slow evening commute, and then even after the commute winds down, I should say, we are expecting rain, scattered showers, and maybe a downpour or two to linger in the First Alert forecast through evening dinner plans. So do keep that in mind. It is not going to be a dry Friday evening, though some improvement as we get into Saturday. I think that shower chance, that First Alert Weather Day, the 40% chance of rain is mainly early. So this is an alert, a First Alert Weather Day mainly for the early hours of your Saturday plans, maybe the Saturday morning run, trying to run errands before, 10, 11 a.m. lunchtime Saturday. Those could be a little bit damp, but still drier than Friday, and I think in general drying out as we get into the afternoon. Sunday is still the pick day of the weekend. Temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70. Lots of sunshine. In fact, it may be mostly sunny, if not completely sunny. Lots of sunshine on our Sunday, and that will allow temperatures to recover back into the upper 60s. Probably some lower 70s Sunday, and then in this very progressive, one storm after the other sort of weather pattern as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, next set of First Alert Weather days. Much like our Friday, Saturday scenario, Tuesday's the focus. Tuesday, late morning, afternoon, and then the rain could linger into Wednesday, but still not as impactful Wednesday as Tuesday, much like Saturday's impact, less than what we are forecasting for your Friday. I want to thank you for watching, tuning in. Austin asked this question. Hopefully I got you that answer that you needed. I want to remind you that the entire First Alert Weather team is here to keep you updated. And also, speaking of, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez back on Atlanta News First. We're streaming the newscast here coming up in just a little bit. Even with March Madness play ongoing, you're never more than a stream away from the latest First Alert forecast, your latest news headlines. We will continue to keep you updated online, streaming, and in the First Alert Weather app. I want to thank you for tuning in. Again, that newscast beginning in just a little bit. We'll see you here. And if you can't catch the noon, we'll catch you later this afternoon with another check of your First Alert forecast.